One of the problems with bringing change is big money. So the system that's set up, the NRA is behind it. That's big money with guns and ammunition and all the paraphernalia that people buy, all that. The hunting industry is big. There's a lot of money behind it. Not as much as the wildlife watching, but they're more organized and more powerful. And the same is true of the ranchers. They're also very powerful, big money. There's nothing quite like the meat industry. It's extremely powerful in our country. So how to bring change with regard when big money interests get involved, it sometimes seems amazing to me that the system has continued since 1897, that we're still manipulating ecosystems on behalf of hunters. Now hunting is 5%, or something like 5%, and it was the vast majority back then had to hunt to survive. And yet this system has continued, and I think, why is that? How is that even possible? And it's because people don't know. They don't know about the Pittman-Robertson Act. They don't know about our tax dollars going into predator control. They don't know how ecosystems are being affected by that 1.5 to 2.5 million predators that are being removed from our public lands and from our ecosystems every year. And so my thought is education is what's needed. We need to know what's going on, and then people need to vote. They need to decide what they want. That the majority of the people need to decide, do we want to continue to have hunters manipulating the monies and the lands on behalf of hunting? Or do we want to have these lands more natural? Do we want to leave ecosystems alone? Is that what the majority of citizens wants? And then we need to pressure our government and our government agencies to reflect that. And then at that time, there will be change. So the first thing we have to do is get that information out there. People have to know what's going on. And then they have to take political action. They have to care enough to bring about those changes. Hunters are on the defensive now. Even as we speak, there's a hunter lobby trying to make it so that anytime any lands are removed from ones that hunters can hunt on, they have to replace it. There's an act coming through Congress in different states trying to make sure that nothing changes for hunters, that as the numbers drop, hunting is protected and that privilege is protected. So when we talk about bringing the change, the NRA and the powerful lobby on that side already knows that they're in danger because they're such a minority. And instead of gracefully saying, well, we are a minority and we shouldn't be manipulating and monopolizing the public lands, they're rising up to try to fight that and maintain their privilege. And that's not a good sign. And again, I don't think that's the hunters. I think that's the big industries behind hunting.